everyone. So, thank you and welcome back to the Awakened Souls podcast. I keep calling it different names. So, maybe it's the universe saying, okay, we're going to try some different names out. But right now, we're trying out the Awakened Souls. And previous podcast, I told you why we're doing it. A lot of people are waking up. And so that's why I named that. I don't know if I'll keep this name, but for right now, this is what it'll be. It's up there in the corner on that side up there. Okay. So, anyway, I have guests lined up for December, and we're going to have some giveaways. So, I'm hoping you all join us for that. It's going to be really yummy. We're going to have some very nice, beautiful people that I've been in touch with in my real life. A hypnotist, a channeler, QHHT, the lady that did my QHHT, she's going to be on. It's going to be so much fun, you guys. I'm having so much fun on this podcast. Let me know if you guys are having fun listening to this, meeting new people. Now, I know we've just started. So this weekend, I wanted to do just me. And the reason why is it's Thanksgiving. Thank you, everyone. And it's also Black Friday, and where people's been shopping for the things that they want for Christmas. But me and my daughter was just talking about it earlier. Like, people are not shopping like they used to. And which I feel is this is a beautiful thing, because I have one of the things I have gave up is so many material things in my life. So I don't go buy all the material stuff anymore. And so I'm glad to see that that's happening here in this my lifetime, that people are not buying as much as they used to. You don't need all that stuff. I have gave up and gave up and gave up. It's unreal how much I've gave up, but I get so much back, knowledge and peace. And we don't need all this stuff, you guys. We do not need all this stuff. So anyway, I wanted to get on and talk about, so that's why I'm doing this one by myself. I didn't want to get anybody out of their holiday, but not saying they won't, because people would love to be on. I have so many people messaging me, so we should have a good enough podcast to last a year. I mean, I'm amazed at so many people that's reached out. So I'm so happy for that, because I get to talk to the souls that I already know, or then meet new people. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so amazing. Anyway, so the three routines that not the three routines, but the three things that I do every morning, I wanted to get on and tell you guys, because this has totally changed my life. Like, my whole life has changed. My thoughts have changed. My beliefs have changed just from starting these three things. And I'm thinking I think it's 14 years ago, I had a spiritual awakening, and where I started being aware of different things that were going on in my life that I wasn't aware of before. I actually was aware of them. I just didn't know what to do about it. I didn't know if I should, what I should do or what I should call them. Like, now, a spiritual awakening is everywhere. Back when I was going through it, it was 14 years. I didn't know exactly what it was, and I was scared. I thought I was going crazy. I literally thought I was going crazy. I had family members thinking that I was crazy. Maybe you should go to R5 if you're here in Richmond. That's what they call it. But in a hospital, in a psych ward, is what. Now they believe what I'm saying. They believe what I'm doing, and because it was just old patterns. So the first thing I do in the morning is, when I wake up, is I just lay there in the bed and be thankful for everything. So I usually wake up and have this thought of happiness. I don't usually have negative thoughts anymore. I mean, not that I don't have negative thoughts, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm usually happy to be awake. I'm happy to be in my bed. It's either I love to go outside if I'm in Florida or summer, and if I'm not, then I just say, oh my God, my bed's so cozy. And my granddaughter loves to be on my podcast every single time she wants to be in here. So maybe we'll have her on sometime. I don't know. Or maybe not. But anyway, excuse her. But this is real life and I want to keep it like that. So I just lay in my bed and I feel, like if I feel anything in my body, I'm into my body, which means I'm noticing like what's wrong with my body. If my arm hurts, my leg hurts, my back hurts, what all the things that are hurting, because I believe these are messages. We're going to get to that here in a few minutes. But anyway, so I just ask myself, like, how am I feeling today? It feels so good to be in the warm bed, or it feels so good to go outside in the sun. Now, if I'm, like I said, in the first thing in the morning, if I can get out in the sun, I'll go outside and or look outside and see if the sun's rising. If it's not, if it's cold, I'll just stay in and I'll just my warm bed, feel my covers, feel my pillow, and just be grateful for that. Just be grateful for that. Then I pick up my meditation pillow. And actually I brought it with me. So I'm going to show you a couple things I use because I wanted to bring like the real life thing to what I do. So this is my meditation pillow. If you know me, I like everything like boho. So it's really nice and soft. And I do flip my legs up and I sit on it. So I cross my legs and I sit on it. And I try, because this is a trying thing, you guys, to be quiet. So not try to be quiet, but like try for my mind to be quiet. So my mind is still. If things come in my mind, I still let them go through my mind, but I just sit there on my pillow. My nice cozy pillow, my nice warm. If it's cold, I'll put a little robe on or even a blanket, and I'll just be there and be mindful. And I do not try to say anything. I try to let it come in. Whatever's supposed to come in, comes in. God, higher self, Buddha, the Lord, whatever you want to call it. Because the answers will come in the meditation. That's why I do meditation. So the first thing I do is kind of like being a prayer and thank you for being alive. And then I do this meditation. I do it for 20 minutes. I set a timer, put it either on my phone or I'll say, Alexa, set the timer for 20 minutes and I'll just sit there. And there's times that I'm like, oh my God, I want to get out of here. I want to do this. My head's doing this. But I just sit there and I just wait until the timer goes off. And here's the funny thing about it. The first couple minutes are harder and then it gets easier and it gets easier. And then I start feeling like this buzzing, like I feel like I'm in the arms of God, a realm. I feel like I'm in a different space. But that's where I get my downloads. I know if you've been following me, you see where it says, where I say online that I get downloads. I get downloads of information from my higher self, from God, whatever you want to say. I know some people say, well, I don't speak to God. Well, still small voice. I mean, it has to be that still. Like, sit there and be doing nothing. Like, don't even think. And breathing, I don't really concentrate on my breathing, but a lot of people do. Concentrate on your breathing. Just breathe in and out. And if you're concentrating on your breathing, you can't concentrate on other things. If you notice that, even if you're being thankful, if you say, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for this, and I'm so thankful for my kids and this and this and this, negative can't come in because you're so thankful for it and feel the feelings of being so thankful. I do clear my space. I do have a wand. Now, you don't have to have crystals to clear your space. You are a crystal. You can clear your space. But I like toys. I like tools. So I use this to clear any spaces where I feel like there's negative coming in. So any negative coming in. And then after I do the meditation and I get information. Now, here's the thing. Not every time do I get information. But I did stay in that stillness. I will write down what I did receive. So I get my journal out and say, okay, what did I just download? Or what did I just feel like I downloaded? Or just journaling? Because once you start journaling, it just comes out. Just things start coming out. just things start coming out and you just ask yourself questions. So I know this is something that some of you might not be interested in, but it has changed my whole life. It's changed my whole thinking life. It's changed my whole complete life. I don't like peace. It's gave me peace. One of the things that it's gave me is peace. And I want to say that, like, when people are yelling and screaming, I can be like, oh, well, I'm not, it can affect me. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't always, but most of the time it doesn't affect me because I am at peace with who I am. I kind of take myself out of them situations where there is a bunch of trauma going on, or, whatever. And I know a lot of people say I'm leaving, but I'm actually running to myself of peace. I'm running to my own peace. I don't need that stuff. I have enough. I've had enough in my life to where I can say, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I'm still working on my own reflection, my own inner things that I have to do the shadow work. That's why I talk about shadow work all the time. One of the things I do, if I get a download and it says, well, you need to let go of this, then I'll say, well, why? And what does this need to teach me? What do I need to learn from this? Why is it here? My foot. I hit my foot, my left foot, which if you practice spirituality, metaphysics, then your right is masculine, which is a man. And your left is feminine. So I hit my left foot over and over and over, which is feminine and feminine and feminine. The universe, God, your higher self is saying, you have to practice more of the feminine and get out of the masculine. I have grew up to be a masculine man, basically woman, man, all my life. I've had that so much. Hold on just a minute. I have hair in my face. So much in my women. The women in my family have grew up to be very masculine. And so I have followed that. And that is one of the paradigms in our life. It's one of my patterns that I've tried to get away from. But it's still there. Everything's going to be still there. But meditation and reflection brings it down to where you're aware of it and you can deal with it as it arises. So it is so good, you guys. I would recommend this to anyone. When I first started doing it, I was still actually married, and my husband would say, why are you so happy? People actually started saying things to me before I actually started to believe that life was even changing. They were saying, oh, you're calmer, you're this, you're that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I started realizing that I was. And it changes your life. If you want a nice, calm, peaceful life. Now, you're not going to get out of the people that are yelling and the screaming and all this other stuff. You're not going to get out of it. You're going to be in it, but you can put yourself over here and be in peace. You can either leave the situation, go get into meditation, or, later on when you can get out of the environment, sit down and get your peace back. Oh my gosh, I can feel it right now in my body. Because I've had so much going on in the last, 2 weeks. I have moved but states again. And because of different reasons, and a couple I'm not going to talk about, but one of them was the job that I do in Florida. I do in Indiana, so I can do it anywhere in the world. And I was making hardly any money there, and I'm tripling my money here. We don't understand it. You think it would be the other way around, but there's just so many more people there, I guess, fighting for jobs, and not as many people here fighting for the same job. So the reason I do this job is because it gives me time freedom. I can do it when I want. I don't have it, 9 to 5. I usually 3 or 4 hours can make my whole day's money that I need. I'm don't, at this job, I don't try to make $1 million. I just try to make enough money to live and be able to be comfortable. And that way I can have my time. You cannot buy time. So I'm going to be 55 this year or next year. You cannot buy time, you guys. And you want to keep your time. You can always get more money, but you can't get your time. Today, when this day's over, you will never have this day back again. Ever. You can't go and say, here, I have $1 million on a buyback yesterday. It doesn't happen. That's why I chose to be peaceful in my life and do meditation, because I want to live the best life I can today, because I don't have tomorrow. Or I mean, I might not have tomorrow, but I won't have, this is gone. This is gone. 5 minutes is gone. 5 minutes ago is gone. And we don't want to live it in all this yelling and screaming and, and I want to tell you guys, I've lived this all my life, yelling and screaming and fighting and bullying and coming against each other, competing. I mean, it's been a madhouse. I don't do that anymore. If you want to, argue with me, I just leave or try to get myself out of the situation. If there's, conflict, I just say, I don't try to compete against anybody. There's no reason to. There is no reason to compete. There's only one me and there's only one you, and we're all unique as we are. There's nothing that we can do. I know so many people talk about our light workers. With the light that we have to shine our light so we can show other people, not try to dim people's lights, because they're beautiful, you're beautiful, they're unique, you're unique. Everybody is one of the same God. And I hope you guys get what I'm saying. And some of you will and some of you won't. People that follow me probably do. But anyway, back to it. Clear your energy. When you're having bad energy, you can feel it. Get on your meditation pillow. Get on your meditation pillow. And you don't have to get on your meditation pillow. Sometimes you can just lay in the bed and just be quiet, be still. Things will come to you in your mind. I have to pay the bills, I have to get the kids, and try to just let them go and just say, this 5 minutes is for me. This 2 minutes is for me. This 20 minutes is for me. And that's what you want to do, you guys. And I promise you, I guarantee you, it will change your life. It will change your whole entire life. Now, people might look at you different. You might lose things, people, places, and things, but it'll change your life. And it changes for the good. There's nothing bad coming into it. Situations can look bad. It's all working for your good. I'm in a situation right now that I've looked at myself and I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking like it in a bad situation, but I know something good's coming from this. I can see I'm losing people, places, and things again. And I can see that change is hard and I'm scared and it's scary, but then I don't know what's on the other side of it, but I know something good's coming out of it. Always does. God says I always give better and good, because God always says yes to whatever. So, and now that I've reflected back on myself when I was in Florida and things that I was saying and things that, my son was saying, it's all playing out right now. Like everything that we were saying 4 months ago is playing out right now. And whatever I'm saying 4 months today, 4 months from now, will be playing out right now, in the now moment, in 4 months, because that's how life works, you guys. Well, that's another video. That's another video. But this one was about meditation, about stillness, about asking yourself questions, about clearing your energy, about getting outside, getting in the sun. If you can't, then just being grateful for the bed you're in, wherever you're at. I've had to learn to be grateful for wherever I'm at, because I seem to be in a lot of places, especially this year. I have been California, Sedona, and Florida. for a week and then back to Florida for 5 months. So I've been in a lot of places and now I'm back here. So I've had to, since I've been traveling around, which I do love, but I've had to be the peace inside my body. You break, the peace is inside of you. It's not in Sedona. It's not in Florida. I mean, it looks like that to people, but really the peace is in me. So the peace I have here, I had that in Florida. I had that in Sedona. Because I'm embodied it. It's in my body. And that's where you have to be. So home is always inside of you, no matter where you are. And it's the peace that I get from the meditation, from the downloads, from the reflection, what's going on with my life that I need to look at. And like I said, 4 months ago, when me and my son was in Florida, or a week ago, we were there, but I could hear and see what was going on. And it's playing out right now in my life. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to actually sit down and do some journaling about what I want to see in the next 6 months of my life. And that's, oh, my head is tingling. So that means I'm supposed to tell you guys this. What do you want to hear what do you want to hear, see, be, embody in the next 6 months of your life? Write it down. Write it down and see if it comes true. Aw, she knew. She knows. She loves the drama. And that's a pattern. She loves the drama. And she stood there. Did you see how she stood there and blamed somebody? I mean, there was nobody to blame for her, but that's what we do. All right, you guys. I love you so much. And until I get out of here, she might be running in and out of my podcast, but you know what? It's real life, and we can see the drama playing out right in front of our eyes. So I love you guys so much. I hope this helps you guys, and if it does, please leave a message, a comment. I will have it on YouTube, and I will have it on Facebook, and also next week we're having Valerie. She is a channel. Oh my God, this is going to be so exciting. So next week we're back to doing interviews, and we'll have Valerie, and then we'll have oh gosh, right now. Let's just work on Valerie. So I'll be having her her thumbnail out here later today or tomorrow, and then we will go from there. I love you guys so much. Thank you for coming and listening to my podcast. And if you have any suggestions, anything you guys want to know, please put it in the comments. And it's on Sundays. Right now I'm doing Sundays, and I might upload some videos on my YouTube channel during the week. But right now my podcast is on Sundays. And thank you so much. Love you. Bye. All right, we have to end it. There we go.